You hear the waves rolling in, crashing. Take my hand, let me show you a place where the wonder never ends. Can you feel it now that we're on our way, like a ray of hope, a sunrise on the bay? You can sing out loud, join the serenade, one song.
Sit back, relax, because it's time to get drenched with Joseph and Rose. So grab those ponchos.
Hello and welcome to the Splash to the Past podcast, episode 4. I'm your host Joseph, along with Rose and Neil.
Hi.
We have exciting things to talk about, like the Shamu Stadium expansion happening at all 3 SeaWorld parks, Blue Horizon, as well as another attraction to talk about, and so much more. So grab those ponchos and get ready to be drenched. And now let's officially say hi to Neil, who would like to share his experience at SeaWorld.
Thank you so much for having me. So last month I was at SeaWorld Orlando, and I did the whole theme park experience in Florida. Out of all of them, SeaWorld was definitely my favourite. My favourite attraction at SeaWorld is obviously the killer whales. Killer whales are my life. Which I feel is, I thought SeaWorld was very important to go to, even if you're not into animals. It was surprisingly not as busy as I expected during the afternoon, but by night time it was a lot busier. I also did all the attractions, Manta, Drink Mantis, Puppet, but I did not do Kraken because I am scared. So SeaWorld was pretty good for me, and I would like to hand back to Rose and Joseph.
Okay, now we are going to talk about the 3-park expansion. So, as everyone heard, on August 15th, SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment CEO Jim Atchison announced an expansion that will be taking place at all 3 SeaWorld parks.
The environment the whales will be living in will mimic its natural habitat. The killer whale's environment is planned to have a total water volume of 1 million gallons, nearly double that of the existing facility. With a planned maximum depth of 50 feet, surface area of 1.5 acres, and spanning more than 260 acres. The new environment will also have serenade, one song, and providing guests with the world's largest underwater community of killer whales. It's also known as the Blue Whale Project because of its size and safe and new environment that will allow for increased engagement with SeaWorld experts and new experiences, and of course interactive programs. The environment will allow experience the guests, both to visualize the killer whales and their environment, and inspire them to celebrate the world, conserve the natural world. Joseph?
I definitely think that's an excellent idea for SeaWorld to do that. Especially since it'll be new for the killer whales.
It's definitely something that is much needed. Neil, what do you think about this very big expansion?
And I think it's a step forward for keeping any animals in zoological facility.
I was telling her I was actually kind of expecting them to be something like
Let me show you a place where the wonder never ends.
I think it's really a good show.
Can you feel it now that we're on our way? Like a ray
And
of
in
hope.
recent news, SeaWorld announced an
You're the serenade.
expansion for their sea lion exhibit in San Antonio. It will feature new dining with a seaside feel. It will also come with a new sea lion show. We have no idea what they're planning to do for the sea lion show, but we will keep you updated on what to come. And now Rose will be talking about the Arctic expedition.
Shelter this
Okay, there's a
so
rumor
the
going around.
wonder never ends.
There's possibilities that wild Arctic may
Can you
be a
feel
place
it now that we're on our way? Like a ray of hope, a sunrise on the bay. You can sing out loud, join the serenade. One song for
Alright, today's Splash It show will be featuring Blue Horizons. Blue Horizons originally opened in Orlando. It's the best show that SeaWorld has done, with involving theatrical features, and it's also a great story about a girl who wants to join the rhythm of the sea. So I think it's a pretty good show to have at SeaWorld.
It's really a great show. It's really, really good. I love the birds that fly around. It's so colorful and exciting.
Exactly.
And I heard they were planning to put the pilot roll eventually to this place.
That would be awesome.
So, Neil, you saw the show recently. Did you see the pilot roll? Not yet.
No, they've not been. They weren't doing their pre-show either, which is kind of disappointing. Yeah, I could see them all doing the water works kind of training as well, which was pretty fun.
Cool. That's insider.
Yeah.
Today, on episode 4 of the Seaworldssplashtothepastpodcast podcast, we will be hearing some amazing interviews. We will start off with Eric's interview, Rose's, my story, and a special fan story. So sit back and relax and enjoy.
So Eric, why do you love SeaWorld?
Well, I love SeaWorld because it had a profound effect on me when I was a child. I first visited SeaWorld during its 25th anniversary when I was just 9 years old. It was my first time to SeaWorld San Diego. And I remember when I visited SeaWorld, I had never really visited the ocean before. I'd never really known what any... I didn't even know what a whale or a dolphin was. And I visited SeaWorld and I sat in the splash zone. And at the time, it was Corky who was there, and she splashed me in the splash zone, and I was just completely in love. And after that, I wanted to know all the names of the whales. I wanted to know everything about the whales. I wanted to be a trainer, just like everyone else wants to be a trainer. And it ignited this passion for conservation of marine life that continues to this day.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's what, with the unofficial SeaWorld podcast and Awesome Ocean, and stuff I've done on Mice Chat, and I've done all over the internet, it's always been about, how can I help create awareness, not just for SeaWorld, but also for the plight of the animals in our oceans, because that's what I really care about. I care about our oceans, and I care about what's going on in them, and what we're doing that's destructive, and how we can make it better. And, in all honesty, that passion I have, SeaWorld is 100% the thing for igniting that passion inside of me, because without that first visit to SeaWorld, I might have just gone to the beach and not thought anything more than just swimming and relaxing. And so, I have SeaWorld to thank for me falling in love with marine life.
That is awesome.
Because I know, Joseph, you're kind of a similar story too. We got to hang out at the Superfan meetup at SeaWorld San Diego, and you got some special, kind of time listening to a trainer, So, Joseph, like for you, what does SeaWorld mean? I know for me it's special.
SeaWorld is definitely special to me too.
And I think that's the one great thing that we can all share. That's what's kind of fun about podcasting. Our love of SeaWorld is the fact is that we get to really share our love, not just for a theme park, not just a place that has rides, but a place that truly connects us to the ocean and to the animals that live there. And I think that's what's really so special. And, that's what I'm gonna be eternally grateful to SeaWorld for igniting that passion inside.
Exactly. They do have that connection where people can get that passion.
Yeah, and that's what's so just amazing, is that you get to have that, and for me, like, the way I grew up, like, I would have never gotten to see a killer whale if it wasn't for SeaWorld, and I would have never gotten to see dolphins if it wasn't for SeaWorld, and so for me, I will forever be grateful to SeaWorld for giving me that.
Exactly, and same for me as well.
So, and I think that's what the great thing is that we all have these stories that we can share together, and that obviously as we move forward, beyond the 50th celebration of SeaWorld, and as SeaWorld grows and changes over the coming decades and years, that we all have these joint connections that we can share.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yay! Awesome. Well, thank you for having me on your show, Joseph.
You are very welcome. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Rose, and I wanted to do something super special since we are going the way of my SeaWorld story. And I wanted to share my SeaWorld story. Back in 1985, it was the first time ever I visited any aquarium ever. Now, I live in New York, and the first time I ever been to any aquarium was SeaWorld Orlando. And we actually went September 26th, which I never forget, which is like such an impact for me either way. Kalina was born that day. I remember that. My dad and I went down there just and we made so many memories out there. We had silly moments and special moments together. And that's the big thing about my SeaWorld story. SeaWorld for me, it's like a second home. It holds so many memories. It has left such an impact on me because it was a driving force for me to become a marine mammal trainer and later on a marine mammal rescuer, which I am currently doing now. And besides that, it's just such special memories. My father worked for the airport, so I'd be down there like 2-3 times a year. And because of this, my father, he had such an affinity for marine animals in general. No, his favorite were manatees. When Manatees The Last Generation opened up, I believe it was in 91, I think. Literally 2 days after the park opened the exhibit, my father threw me on a plane right after school and we went down there. Yes, we went down to Florida literally two days after this happened. I literally got out of class and my dad was like, okay, we're going to the airport. We gotta catch a 4 o'clock flight to SeaWorld, to Florida. And so we went, and the next morning we were at the SeaWorld and we spent like 2 days there. And that was always the best for me. I would go to class, I'd go to Florida for like a weekend or a day or two, and I would come back when the teacher would ask you, what were you doing this weekend? I would tell them, I was in Florida, I was in SeaWorld. But, like I said, SeaWorld has special memories for me. I can go to a certain place and go, hey, I remember this, and I remember that, and my husband, I'm continuing this tradition because my husband has never been to SeaWorld till we got married. He's never been to Florida. He never traveled. We went to SeaWorld, and the first whale he's seen was Telecom in the underwater viewing area. And he went like instant 5-year-old on me. He was amazed. He was in shock. He was just like amused. And we both worked together. We both worked with beluga whales and dolphins. So this was something new to him, and he's never seen Commerson's dolphins. He's never really seen rays in the sense of the rays they have in Manta Aquarium. He's never seen certain things, and that's the thing about SeaWorld. They have so many things that are just amazing, and they continue to expand and update. And I mean, I'm so glad that they're expanding the killer whale habitat. I mean, it gives them, besides the fact that it does give them more space, it's just, I think it's a great thing that they're doing, you know? But SeaWorld is a very big place for memories, and that's why families go to SeaWorld, because they want to make memories and teach their kids about the ocean and let them know these are animals that live in our oceans that not everybody can see all the time, you know? And my SeaWorld story, like I said, is basically SeaWorld holds a special place in my heart because of all the memories, and of course because it became the driving force for me to move forward into my profession in marine animal care. You know? But I mean, that's my SeaWorld story. I mean, I would love to share more, but I mean, I'm going on 4 minutes now, so back to you guys.
I was 5 years old, and I went to SeaWorld for the first time, saw all those shows, and I knew that at the exact point I wanted to work with killer whales. And I've been working on becoming a killer whale trainer, already starting a bond with the killer whales. So yeah, and we also have a SeaWorld story from Neil. So here is Neil with his SeaWorld story.
Yes, so my SeaWorld story started when I was 6 years old in 2006 when I went to SeaWorld Orlando. Sad story, I went to see Blade the week after it was premiered. I stopped saying when I found this out a few months ago, not even kidding, and that's where I found my passion for killer whales, especially when I go to the trainers in the water interacting with the whales. It really was something special. That's really my SeaWorld story, not very exciting.
Alright, pretty cool. Now we also have a new number that we would all like to inform you about for the podcast. So the new number is 619-512-3847. You guys can call that. It's toll free. So you can call, leave your stories or anything you want to share on your SeaWorld visit. We also would like to remind you to check out our Facebook, Facebook/SeaWorldssplashtothepastpodcast. Follow us on Twitter, /SeaWorldSplash.
You can also follow us on Instagram at instagram.com/SeaWorldssplashtothepastpodcast, as well as Snapchat at SeaWorldSplash. Don't forget to check out our website, www.SeaWorldSplashtothepastpodcast.com. And Neil?
You hear the waves rolling in.
My computer messed up again. You can check it. If you enjoyed what I have to say, check out my Facebook page, Terrible News, search it, I pay for ads. Also follow me on Twitter at Halloween123. You can also check out my channel, Shamu Studios, for some killer whale videos.
But from all of us here at Sing Out Loud, thank you for joining us. And of course, Neil, thank you so much for being part of our podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you, Neil.
And we will be here for the next amazing podcast to come. Splash you later.
Bye you later.
Talk to you later.
Remember, if you want to share any of your favorite SeaWorld stories or memories, please call the Seaworld Splash to the Past Podcast 619-512-3847 or email us at Seaworldssplashtothepastpodcast1964s@gmail.com. Thank you, and we'll splash you later.
Can you feel it now that we're on our way? Like a ray of hope, a sunrise on the bay. You can sing out loud, join the serenade. One song for a brand new day. Ocean to ocean, we stand by the shore. All that comes after and what came before. Can you feel it now that we're on our way? Like a ray of hope, a sunrise on the bay. You can sing out loud, join the serenade.